The first day of college. People often say that love arrives when you least expect it. For me, it arrived on the very first day of college. The campus was alive with excitement. Students hurried from one building to another. Laughter echoed through the hallways, and everyone seemed eager to begin a new chapter of their lives. I stood near the entrance, clutching my books tightly, trying to hide how nervous I was. Everything was unfamiliar, new faces, new classroom, a completely new life. I kept telling myself, you will be fine. Just take one step at a time. As I searched for my classroom, I accidentally bumped into someone. My books slipped from my hands and scattered across the floor. Oh, I'm sorry, a warm voice said immediately. Before I could react, he was already kneeling, gathering my books one by one. When I looked into his eyes, something inside me became strangely quiet. He smiled, a smile so genuine that it instantly erased my nervousness. I think college is trying to welcome us in an unusual way. He joked. I laughed. My first day couldn't have started more awkwardly. He handed me my notebook. I am Daniel. I am Sophia. It's nice to meet you, Sophia. For reason I couldn't explain, hearing him say my name felt different, as if we had known each other a touch longer than a few minutes. To my surprise, we were assigned to the same class. During lectures, he quietly saved a seat beside him. During breaks, we talked about our dreams. We wanted to become an architect because he believed buildings should tell stories. I wanted to become a writer because I believed stories could change lives. Maybe one day, he said, smiling, I will build beautiful palaces and you will fill them with unforgettable stories. It was the first time someone had believed in my dreams as much as I did. Days slowly turned into weeks. Without realizing it, Daniel became the best part of my routine. Every morning, he'd greet me with coffee and a cheerful good morning. Every afternoon, we had study together in the library, pretending to focus while secretly laughing at each other's terrible jokes. Every evening, we had walk across campus until the security guards reminded us it was time to leave. Some friendship happened naturally, ours felt inevitable. One rainy afternoon, while everyone rushed indoors, we stayed outside beneath a large tree. So Daniel asked softly, what's your biggest fear? I looked at the rain for a long moment, being forgotten. He looked surprised. You? I nodded. I want my life to matter to someone. Daniel was quiet for several seconds before speaking. Then let me make you a promise. What's promise? No matter where life takes us, you will never be forgotten. His words settled gently inside my heart. No one had ever made me feel so sick. By the end of our first semester, I realized something that frightened me. I had fallen in love with him, not because he was perfect, but because he made me feel safe enough to be imperfect. He knew when I was pretending to smile. He remembered little details I had forgotten telling him. He celebrated my smallest victories as if they were his own. Yet I kept my feelings hidden. I was afraid that confessing would ruin the friendship we had built. Months passed. One evening, after our final exam, Daniel invited me to the college garden. The campus was almost empty. Golden sunlight filtered through the trees. He seemed unusually nervous. I need to tell you something, he said. My heart raced. I have tried to ignore this feeling. He took a deep breath. But every morning, you are the first person I hope to see. Every success feels incomplete until I tell you. Every difficult day becomes easier because you are beside me. He looked directly into my eyes. I love you, Sophia. The world seemed to stop. Every fear disappeared. Tears filled my eyes before I even realized I was crying. I have loved you for months, I whispered. I was just too scared to tell you. Daniel smiled through his own tears. So we were both pretending. I laughed. Apparently, from that day forward, we weren't just best friends, we became partners in every sense of the word. College life wasn't always easy. There were stress exam, deadlines, misunderstanding, and moments when we questioned ourselves. Sometimes we argued, sometimes we cried, sometimes silence lasted longer than it should. But we always found our way back to each other. One evening, after a disagreement, Daniel gently held my hand. Do you know why I believe we will last forever? I shook my head. Because even when we are angry, I never stop choosing you. Those words became the foundation of our relationship. Lose wasn't about never making mistakes. It was about never letting those mistakes become bigger than our love. 4 years passed faster than we imagined. Graduation day finally arrived. Standing together in our graduation grounds, we looked around the campus where everything had begun. This is where we met. I whispered. Daniel smiled. And this is where I found my home. A few years later, he brought me back to the same place. The old trees still stood quietly beside the pathway. Students walked past us just as they had on our first day. Daniel reached into his pocket and took out a small velvet box. My greatest achievement isn't my career, he said softly. It isn't any award or success. It's finding you on the first day of college. He knelt before me. Will you spend the rest of your life walking beside me, just like you walked beside me across this campus? Happy tears blurred my vision. Yes, I whispered. Every day for the rest of my life. As the evening sun painted the campus in shades of gold, I realized something beautiful. I had arrived at college hoping to earn a degree. Instead, I found the love that would become my forever. Sometimes people search for love across the world. Sometimes they wait years for the right person. But sometimes destiny is waiting in a crowded college hallway, disguised as a stranger who accidentally helps you pick up your books. And from that single moment, two ordinary lives became one extraordinary love story.